covering all your local high school football games with highlights and scores. Now, Football Friday, brought to you by Alabama Credit Union.
And good evening and welcome into week number 11 of WVUA 23's Football Friday, presented by Alabama Credit Union. I'm Gary Harris. A reminder to visit alabamacu.com to learn more Alabama Credit Union loans for real life. Well, tonight is what these young folks have played for all season. The right to play in the state playoffs. First round action. We have highlights from 10 playoff games for you this evening, plus our complete DCH Football Friday High School scoreboard and our Jolly Hearth and Patio Band of the Week. And we begin with our Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports Game of the Week.
Now, the Game of the Week, sponsored by Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports.
And here we go. And this was a beauty. Class 4A, Northside, 9-1 hosting 5-5 Madison County, but Madison County came to play. First possession of the game, quarterback Ramiro Towers finds Raylan Woods, and he is out for a run through the woods. In for 6, PAT was good, 7-0. Then they direct snap it to Isaiah Purdue, and he is down that left sideline all the way into the end zone. 55-yard touchdown. And the Tigers are up 14-0 over the Rams. Second quarter, though, here comes Northside. They go up top, down 17-0. Braden Green finds William Roberts. Snatch that ball out of the air, big fella, and get it in the end zone. Samantha was jumping tonight. Now it's 17-7, and then the comeback continues. Green finds Jace McNutt. He's behind the defense for an easy touchdown. 17-14 at halftime. This was a great, great game. You see highlights everywhere. Madison County brought it tonight, but in the end, Northside gets the win, 35-31, the final score. Northside advances to the second round with a great victory tonight over a very game Madison County team. All right, Class 6A, Hillcrest hosting Carver-Montgomery tonight, down 69 South. First quarter, quarterback Ethan Crawford makes a nice throw. We say that a lot, don't we, about Crawford? But an even better grab by Anthony Myers Jr. Patriots were off and running. They never looked back. Jamison Farley to Terrence Callaway. 2-point conversion. And then Hillcrest just kept on keeping on. Jamarian Johnson pounds it in for the touchdown. Second quarter, this time Crawford to Johnson. And this is yet another touchdown. Beautiful play. And how about Crawford one more time? This is why he's one of the top junior quarterbacks in the country. This time to Jaquan Sturdivant. And Sturdivant cuts it in, lays it out inside the pylon. And as we check out the final, all Hillcrest tonight, they advance in style 56-6 over Carver out of Montgomery. Class 4A with the Gordo Green Wave hosting the North Jackson Chiefs. Let's go to the end of the first half. The Green Wave already leading big and looking for more. They hand it off to Rayshawn Williams. See you later. Gordo leads by 27 in the second quarter. Second half action. Now the Chiefs trying to get something going. Quarterback Dalton Morris looking deep and firing, but it's picked off. Look at that coverage. There's green shirts everywhere. Ethan Wilder with the interception, and then the nice return to set up the offense, and Gordo takes advantage. Rayshawn Williams, there was a penalty on the return, but doesn't matter. Rayshawn, see you later. Green Wave rolling this one as we check out the final. 37-7, Gordo advances into the second round. Class 1A, just down the road in Reform, Phillips-Bear Creek taking on the Pickens County Tornadoes tonight. Rough start on offense for Bear Creek as they fumble the snap. Well, actually, it's a bad snap. Caleb Prude recovers for the Tornadoes. And when you give them that kind of opportunity, their offense is going to take advantage. Javion Bell McCrary takes it in. McCrary gets it in for the touchdown. They missed the extra point, but it would not matter. On the kickoff, the Bears' Lathan Burns is going to show you that sometimes when the ball's on the ground and it kind of throws the coverage team out of whack, and that's what happened here. Burton picks it up and brings it all the way back for the touchdown. That made it 7-6, but Pickens County went right back to work. McCrary to Jacoris Barnes. Pretty touchdown. Give him 6. Pickens County gets the big win tonight over Phillips-Bear Creek as we check out the final. 51-21, the Tornadoes advance in Class 1A. All right, we're off and running on this playoff edition of Football Friday. Still to come tonight, both Hoover and Thompson were at home this evening in Class 7A. But first, Patriot Pride was on display this evening in Tuscaloosa as American Christian Academy played host to the Williamson Lions out of Mobile. We'll have the highlights next on WVUA 23's Football Friday. The West Blockton cheerleaders bring us back in here on Football Friday, courtesy of Pool and Patio Center. Now, there aren't many programs in the state with more pride and winning tradition than American Christian Academy, but since moving to the AHSAA, the Patriots have come up short in their ongoing quest to win a state championship. They began the latest quest tonight in Class 4A against the Williamson Lions. Let's get to the action right here in Tuscaloosa, and ACA was ready to go. Sawyer Dearman, their outstanding quarterback, as we pick it up in the second quarter. And he is so dangerous. I mean, look at that. It looks like McCaffrey, the Panthers, doesn't he? He turns it down the sideline for a 56-yard gain. Patriots would follow up with a 6-yard touchdown run from Dearman. And the Pats were taking control in the first half. In this one, the ACA student section loving it as ACA goes up 14-6, and they get the push-ups in every time they score. Keeps them in shape. Also a lot of fun. Patriots open the third quarter with the ball as Dearman this time shows you his arm. Chance Henderson, beautiful throw and catch, 79-yard strike, and ACA would not let up. Dearman continues his big day with this Houdini play. As you're going to see the athleticism here that has colleges recruiting this young man. I mean, it's one thing to think you got him, but you still got to get him. You ain't got him. He comes back the other way. I mean, and then he finds his man behind the defense. Big connection. That sets Dearman up again as he finds Henderson for the 12-yard touchdown, and ACA pulls away to win it. So we check out the final, 41-12. The Patriots advance into the second round in Class 4A. All right, let's keep it rolling here. AISA, AAA playoffs. TA hosting Valiant Cross Academy from Montgomery. The game starts off with a big defensive play from TA. Wilson King. That's what you call good defensive back play. He tracks the ball, and not only does he keep the receiver from making a play, he gets the interception, and that sets up the offense. Quarterback David McNeil is looking for Jack Standifer, and I would too, because Jack Standifer is a great receiver, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Knights go up 6-0. Wilson King making plays on both sides of the ball tonight, as here he is going to lay out for it. Go up and get it, young man. That's a first down. And then on the 3-yard line, McNeil finds Wilson King, and then King goes up and gets that one. Beautiful catch. TA rolls tonight. They're on to the second round in the AISA AAA playoffs. 31-12 over Valiant Cross is the final. All right, AHSAA Class 6A top seed Hueytown hosting Eufaula. The Golden Gophers have been ringing up the points, and they did again tonight. Up 30-7 in the third. It's Earl Woods Jr. putting on a show like he does just about every Friday night. Just walks it in, 38-7. And on the next drive for the Gophers, it's Woods again, calling his own number for a 15-yard gain inside the Tigers' 30. Now on 4th and 1, guess who? Woods gets it across. Hueytown up 44-7. And then Eufaula thinks they've got him, but they do not have him. And it is all Hueytown. As we check out the final in this one, they roll tonight 50-13, the final score. They are a juggernaut. And I'm telling you, I can't remember the last time they didn't score more than 50. Unbelievable. Well, 2 weeks ago, Hoover upset Thompson, one of the best high school football games we've ever seen. Tonight, both teams open the Class 7A state playoffs at home. Thompson faced Florence, and Hoover hosted Sparkman. We'll have highlights from both games when we return to Football Friday on WVUA 23.
Hi, we're the Northridge Jaguars, and you're watching Football Friday.
Welcome back. I'm Gary Harris. Well, Hoover and Thompson figure to be on a collision course for the Class 7A state semifinals. Tonight, both teams played first-round games at home. We begin with Thompson hosting Florence. And Thompson still stinging from that loss to Hoover 2 weeks ago, and they would take it out on the visitors. No Connor Harrell at quarterback. Zach Sims, though, started and played well. He finds Justin Pegues, who takes the short pass, and then that's Yak, yards after catch for the touchdown. 53 yards, 14-0 after the extra point. Next Thompson possession, well, they're going to get some defense going here too as they get the sack. Peter Woods, he can play. Then Sims, the corner route, and a great catch by Jalen Ward, again helping out the young quarterback. Thompson defense getting it done. Caleb Mahan fills the rush and just has to kind of throw it away there. More nice defense. Traquan Fagans, the Alabama commit, with the breakup, and then blows a little kiss. More Thompson on offense as A.J. Green takes the handoff and gets it in untouched for a 10-yard touchdown run. Let's check out the final. It's all Thompson tonight, although Florence did manage to get 10 points. 49-10, though, the Warriors, as expected, get the first-round win. Now Hoover hosting Sparkman. And Hoover is really filling their oats, as they should, after beating Thompson 2 weeks ago. And there goes Amari Williams, picking him up and putting him down. 57 yards on the Bucks' first offensive play. Then Bennett Meredith, staying patient in the pocket, which he is so good at, finds R.J. Hamilton, the stutter step, and a 42-yard touchdown. It's 21-0. Sky Niblett then on the handoff, bulldozes it in from 3 yards out. 28-zip in the first quarter. You're getting the feeling this was going to be a rout. You're right. Williams on the carry. Man, he's just a fire plug. Powerful and fast. 12-yard touchdown, 35-0. Hoover defense getting it done as well. Ashton Taylor dropping the Sparkman player, and then it's Meredith. He can really throw it. Tight spiral to a wide-open Hamilton, 42-0 at the half. Let's check out the final. All Hoover tonight, 56-14 over Sparkman. Class 6A, Helena Huskies hosting the Baldwin County Tigers. This was a good ball game. Third quarter, Helena punting from the end zone, and Tyquelan Mims is on the receiving end. And he is going to have a quick strike punt return. 15-14. Baldwin County up. Here comes Helena responding. Jordan Washington, man, he is strong. He is big. He's fast. That's a combination that leads to plays like this. A long touchdown run for the Huskies. They lead 20-15. 2-point conversion. Dalton Llewellyn gets it across to make it 22-15. Baldwin County responds. Mims again catches the bad snap and then just weaves his way through traffic and into the end zone. Tied at 22. Let's go to the final. Told you it was a good ball game. But Baldwin County wins on the road at Helena 32-29. Well, that's it for our high school playoff highlights, but there were plenty of other games, of course, played tonight. And when we return to Football Friday, your first round playoff scores on our DCH Football Friday scoreboard. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back. I'm Gary Harris. Paul Brown High School is our Football Friday Band of the Week. And now it's time to check in on some other first-round playoff scores. Now, obviously, we can't give you every score in the state of Alabama. We're going to give you as many as we can, and we'll start in 7A and work our way down to 1A. So let's go ahead and get to the DCH scoreboard. In 7A, it was Bob Jones and Hewitt-Trussville getting a really late start. This game had to be moved to a different stadium because of a power outage. They didn't start until 10 o'clock. Hewitt-Trussville leads up at Bob Jones 14-7 in the second quarter. Last night, Oak Mountain stunned previously unbeaten James Clemens on a last play field goal, 38-35. 6A scores from tonight. Northridge falls at Opelika by the final of 45-20, and McAdory falls at Lee Montgomery 33-25. Staying in 6A, Spanish Fort at home takes down Calera 41-31. McGill-Tulin comes into Pelham tonight and gets a road win over Pelham 20-6, the final in that one. 5A, Parker at home over Boaz 31-21, and Pleasant Grove shuts out Douglas 55-0. Also in 5A, Demopolis with a big win tonight over BC Rain down in Marengo County 49-6. And in 4A, Fayette County unfortunately falls tonight on the road to Randolph 38-0. Staying in 4A, it's Brooks over Dora 41-21. West Blockton had to go down to Viger, and that's always tough when you're down there in South Alabama to play the Wolves, and they fall tonight 40-0, the final. Tough place to play. Mobile Christian tonight at Bibb County. Bibb County wins it late. Incredible game. The Choctaws move on 40-36. Madison Academy over Hamilton. Big 55-0. Class 3A, J.B. Pennington wins at Phil Campbell 10-7. And it was Winfield, no problem, with Clements 62-14. Hell County at T.R. Miller down in Bruton. Tough game, but Hell County comes up a little bit short tonight, 20-7. Lamar County falls on the road in Class 2A at Tanner, 35-27. Also in 2A, Aliceville at home tonight rolls Eider 46-6, and Sulligent wins at Pisgah 52-38. Also Greene County falls to Laverne 41-6. 1A scores. R.A. Hubbard over, or I should say Meek wins at R.A. Hubbard 52-20. Hackleburg and Hubbardville, no problems tonight, 46-14. And also in Class 1A, Linden, a winner over Sampson, 20-12, the final. Well, what a night of high school football playoff action, but we aren't done yet. Through his first 8 career starts, Alabama sophomore quarterback Bryce Young has proved himself Heisman worthy, but he wants to finish the season in style. Stay tuned for more Football Friday when we return here on WVUA 23.
We're the AHSAA cheerleaders, and you're watching Football Friday on WVUA 23.
Welcome back to this football playoff edition of Football Friday. It's been a great opening night of action, but let's talk some college football now. CFP second-ranked Alabama is a 28.5-point favorite against LSU tomorrow evening at Bryant-Denny Stadium, but you know Nick Saban if you follow Alabama. He's not taking anything in this game for granted.
I think they're a very talented team, a lot of good players. When they play well, they've played extremely well, and you know they've shown an ability against certain opponents this year to be pretty dominating.
Well, Alabama sophomore quarterback Bryce Young is one of the leading Heisman Trophy candidates, so it's easy to forget that he's only had 8 career starts. Earlier this week, Young was asked what he's learned in the games that he's started this season.
One of the biggest things that I think we've, individually I've, learned and really been trying to work on is how important, the cohesion of the unit is, how important it is to communicate, to be on the same page, and how much, practice really goes into that.
LSU head coach Ed Orgeron enjoyed his only win as the Tigers head coach against Alabama 2 years ago during that magical 15-0 national championship season. LSU's a 4-touchdown-plus underdog, as I mentioned, this time around. But Coach O has seemed genuinely excited and pumped up about the trip this week to Bryant-Denny Stadium, even though he says that Bama's offense is one of the best in the country.
Obviously, this is a big game for us in Alabama, playing them on the road, great atmosphere there. Alabama's offense is averaging 46 points a game, almost 600 yards per game. Bryce Young is a great quarterback. He's mobile, he's accurate. Brian Robinson is really, really an impressive back. His one cut and the way he gets downhill. outstanding back. John Mechie and Jamison Williams, outstanding receiver, but as Alabama does, that line is fantastic. Evan Neal, who we recruited here, is going to be All-American, the first-round draft choice, one of the best guys we've seen.
Well, it is Football Friday, but we have to talk baseball. The Atlanta Braves are the World Series champions for 2021, and they had themselves a party, a parade in downtown Atlanta. Then they went to Truist Park, and they had a big celebration there. They had a concert with Ludacris and Big Boy, and had their wives, had their kids. They partied like it was 1995, because that's the last time the Braves have won the World Series. The only other time that the Atlanta Braves have won it, but they won it this year, and quite a celebration today over in the ATL. All right, one other note before we close this show out, and it's a sad note. I mentioned it last night at 10 o'clock, but former Alabama All-American defensive end Mike Pitts passed away yesterday at the age of 61. His teammates, I've talked to many of them, they said he was not only a great football player, but a great gentleman off the field. Mike Pitts will be missed. All right, that is going to do it for Football Friday. In fact, that's going to wrap it up for the season, as we will continue to cover the high school football playoffs. But this will be the final Football Friday. I want to thank our great sponsors, Alabama Credit Union, DCH, Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports, Pool and Patio, and Jolly Hearth and Patio. And want to remind you that we'll have Crimson Tide kickoff tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. live from right here at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and then join Dylan Morgan tomorrow night at 10 for the sports. And I'll be live tomorrow night after the LSU game, the Alabama LSU game at 10 o'clock on WVUA 23 News at 10. All right, I want to thank everybody here at WVUA 23 and on Football Friday for making this show possible. Again, we'll continue to cover the high school playoffs. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Crimson Tide Kickoff. Have a good night, everybody.